Well, hello there everybody, this is Mr. Lee David Carter and I want to talk to you today about an interesting subject, okay? So all you high flyers out there, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, FTM. Subject I want to talk about today is pre-bottom surgery, okay? Now this is an interesting subject for all you trans people out there, being new or original or... So, your original genitalia causes the penis to grow, and this is called a micro-appearance when it comes to testosterone. So this is one area, okay, and then you have, it just makes it more prominent basically, and then, you know, it appears like a penis. So, you know, with that there will be balls, and it makes it freestanding as a penis too. And there's other types of surgery called phalloplasty, which is medical terms for penis. And then you have, which, you know, you can have an average sized penis basically from this. And then, you know, I mentioned this basically on the ITV show this morning, some years back. And this is where that you have a skin graft, which is taken from certain areas of the body. And through that, the penis is constructed, and you know, I had skin graft taken from my arm some years ago, like, you know, we were talking about 9 years ago, and you know, after a while it kind of fades, you can't even see it basically, you know, if you look from a distance you wouldn't even notice it. So and from that you can have skin graft taken from the buttocks, which I had it done from the buttocks as well. You wouldn't even notice it, it's around the crack area and it's gone, you don't even see it. So there are, you know, those that are assigned male at birth basically, that may lose their penis because of cancer or because of other infections or other reasons, and they have to go through the same process basically. So I attended a specialist in Harley Street in London, probably one or two of the best doctors in the country. It was Dr. Nim Christopher and Dr. David Walsh. And through that, you know, with regarding the construction, this is where they built the phalloplasty for me, the penis. So there's many questions. First of all, we're going to talk about appearance, and then we're going to talk about function, we're going to talk about balls, and then we're going to talk about miscellaneous stuff and all that. Okay, so the first part is appearance. You know, question is, people ask me, what does it look like, the penis? Okay, so someone said to me, you know, why would you get a small penis if you could have that type of surgery and your penis could be 7 to 8 inches or even 10 inches, which is perfect, huge, okay? Well, I'm sorry, in a perfect world, it's not going to happen. As big enough as I am 6 inches, okay? When I woke up out of surgery, I did not know what to expect, and I had no idea what size I was going to be until the doctor, Dr. Walsh, turned around and said to me, well, you know, you've got a big penis, Lee. And I was just coming out of anaesthetic, I had a mask on, and no idea where I am. I'm just not even out of an anaesthetic or awake or properly half there. And, you know, that's a hot penis, okay? So, I am happy with the size that I am, okay? And, you know, you get what you're given. You have no idea what size you're going to wake up to when they do these types of surgeries. Regarding my dysphoria, the penis was something that I felt was missing from me the last 40 years. And, you know, my body seemed to me like, I felt like I was living in a foreign body. It didn't belong to me, it didn't fit with me, who I was. So that's my dysphoria with that. Everybody is different. You know, the spectrum gender system is so vast. You know, when you're dealing with gender dysphoria, there's different types anyway. So there are some people that don't want to have the surgery and they just want to have the hormones, or they might just want the top surgery and they don't want the bottom surgery. So, or they might just want to cross-dress. So there's different types, okay? So coming back to that, so I was very happy with the appearance that I've got technically. You can't really ask to pick what size. There's 3 different sizes. They're medioplasty, which is much smaller compared to the phalloplasty. So that takes a skin graft as well, and it's just freestanding more, basically, and usable. Then you've got the mini phalloplasty, which also takes a skin graft. It's much smaller than the average plasty. So, you know, it's between 5 and 5.5 mark when looking at size, but also depends on how much skin graft is, you know, available to be taken to make something like this, to construct it, basically. So you can't request a monster dick, can't do that, okay? You know, 7 to 8 inches hold, and so, you know, just hold that full, basically. Next question, does it look like a penis? People have asked me, okay. Yes, it does look like a penis. It looks like any other male penis, okay? When I'm in the male changing room, it looks like any other male penis. But we are all different sizes, okay? We're all different. In fact, there was one guy in the changing room, he turned around, he was standing next to me. I was naked, I'd just come out of the shower, and he turned around and said to me, "God blimey," he says, "I wouldn't mind having a Corey like that." Well, Corey in Cockney means penis, you know, because it's just like, wow, you know. So yeah, I'm very proud of my manhood, and I don't feel embarrassed. Low self-esteem compared to 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. That has basically worn off, the dysphoria or like self-esteem or what people think. You know, so that I don't get those feelings anymore, and you'll find that in time, any kind of dysphoria that's going on around the body or anything that's making you feel, you know, not very confident or low self-esteem, you know, it all depends on what type of person you're. Eventually, that will wear off, you know. So that's that. So you know, I was born female, you know, and I was at first, you know, with the dysphoria, had those types of feelings, some of them, but I've always been confident, and I've always had, I've never really had low self-esteem. I was just more of a shy guy, a bit shy, but not so shy. I'm also very, very confident as a man, or a trans man. Okay, so anyway, with regards to the release of the documentary film, soon to come, you know, this will kind of, it's really important to educate people really with this, because when you're talking about equality, diversity and inclusion, the documentary film is really going to open up things wide and make people think differently. So really it's just to educate out of ignorance, really, you know, what people think or if any remarks are made or anything. But to be quite honest, I've never really had any kind of what's the word, any kind of intimidation or toxic behaviour by people as such, or intimidation, to be honest. So I've been quite good like that with people. So, you know, you think differently ethically with gender, equality, inclusion and diversity. You know, the world that we live in now, things have changed. Right, next question, functioning. You may ask, how fragile is it? Okay, well, my brother asked me a question once. He turned around and said to me, "Are you functional?" And he has 6 children. And I said, "Yes, I am functional." Okay, you can pee, you can have intercourse like any other male. you can do the same thing. You can do all of that, okay? But you can't have children. Unless you are like a cis guy and you've got the ability to produce sperm and ejaculate, you may ask, you know, is it fully functional? Yes, it is. So medioplasty, cis guy with a penis, same thing, works same way. Trans guy penis grows bigger, same tissue, erectile, sensitivity wise with the phalloplasty, the erection is achieved, and using an erectile device, which is a pump. And that pump doesn't happen naturally, it's basically inside the balls. So it does work, you know, with this type of surgery. And so hey, then you've got the victorioplasty as well. So there's different types of surgery. Yeah, basically, so on to the hot balls now. Okay, the balls. Question, what is it like sitting down or standing up? So basically, it just feels like you've got something between your legs, okay? And, you know, when sitting down or standing up, whatever, you just make sure, I mean, I find, because of my size or whatever, I make sure that I don't wear too tight jeans or trousers. Yes, I'm wearing jeans now, whatever, but not too tight, basically, with that sort of thing. Just make sure that you're in a comfortable position, really. You know, I find that, you know, with the balls, yes, they're there and that, but you just need, you know, you're just more aware of it, basically. So there's something there, and it feels squidgy, and that's all. And yeah, next question. What would it feel like if someone kicked you in the balls? Someone's asked me that. So yeah, yes, it would hurt, but it wouldn't hurt so much as any other male. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Of course it's going to hurt, you know, because it's a sensitive area. So, you know, the sacs are made of silicone, which I mentioned on the ITV show this morning, which is the same sort of thing as the silicone that is used when women have, you know, breast implants or uplift or whatever. It's the same sort of thing. It's the silicone used, and it's like egg-shaped, and the balls are basically egg-shaped, like, but not like, all balls are different anyway, you know, all different. I've seen so many of them being interchangeable, so they're all different, they're not all the same, doesn't really matter, just a lot firmer, basically. It's much firmer because of the implant. So yeah, the next question is like the implants. Do they have something to do with the penis? You know, the pump creates the erection. So with the medioplasty, you know, there's both balls, which I've just mentioned, which is silicone, and you know, it's like an egg shape, so they don't have any function as such. So beyond the periods, they're just sitting there, so it's like chill mode, there's no jobs to do. So the next question is, okay, what's it like having balls? Does it feel uncomfortable? Sometimes yes. I find that when I'm doing spinning on a bike, it's very hard sometimes. It's uncomfortable spinning on a bike because, like, you know, when you've got that there and your penis, you've got to make sure you're in a comfortable position when you're spinning. So I tend to wear loose tracksuit bottoms and things like that just to make sure I'm comfortable and I'm not, you know, causing any uncomfort, should I say. And, you know, basically, you know, rather than have, sometimes I can have a bit of a complex because, you know, because of size or whatever. But, you know, I basically, that's kind of brushed off, really, not really there. I just, like if I'm wearing swimming trunks or I'm going swimming, I tend to make sure that, again, that I'm comfortable, nothing too tight, you know, just comfortable, but not loose either, just in between, basically. So yeah, so I'm happy with the appearance. I'm very grateful for what I have, and I am complete. So the next question is, I've been asked, are they realistic? Okay, right, yes they are. And You know, they're better than some of the male balls out there that I've seen in the change room. Mine are perfect, and I'm really happy with what I've got, and I'm grateful. I have no complaints, but remember, everybody's different. So what I've had done might be different to what you've had done. You may be smaller and different, so we're all different, okay? And all men are different anyway, and the same as all women. So you know, what the heck? What does it matter anyway? As long as you you've come out of surgery and everything's functional and you're fine, that's the most important thing at the end of the day, okay? And the appearance is just like normal, like any other penis, really, just all different sizes and shapes and whatever, okay? So yeah, there's no problems down there with that, okay? So yeah, they do look very well and they're perfect to me. So I was asked about the testicles, and you know, they are round or ovular, so it all depends. So they put the balls in, and yeah, that's it. There we go. You've got your hot balls. Right, next question. Does it feel strange driving with your balls? Okay. Well, like I said, I don't like to wear something too tight when I'm driving. I like to feel comfortable. As long as I've got a pair of jeans on, they're not too tight. And I feel comfortable, because you know you do feel like you've got something now, and you know when you're driving and that, you want to feel comfortable. You don't want to feel uncomfortable. You're just aware of it that they're there. Just make, like any other male, just make sure you're in a comfortable position when you're driving, whatever way you want to go with it. And that's the most important thing. Next question: does it feel strange? Does it feel normal? You know. No, it just feels normal to me, to be honest, because now I've had this done, it just feels like, I feel like me, I feel like I haven't got dysphoria anymore. This is me, this is how I feel. I feel like I'm not in a foreign body anymore. I feel like I am who I'm meant to be, who I should have been when I was born here. That's how I feel. This is gender dysphoria. This is me feeling right, where I'm meant to be, in the right body rather than a foreign body. Because that's how it felt for over 40 years, okay, before I went through the transition. So the next question now we're going to come to the miscellaneous, okay. Megoplasty costs, right, anything like this, you're talking about from 6,000 up. Yes, many go private, and then of course you have the NHS, which also funds for it, to do something like this. So that kind of surgery, that's the price we're looking at and up. So the other question is, with the bottom surgery, at first local surgery, is there a risk? Well, can I just say that with all surgeries, there's always a risk involved. Always a risk, no matter what surgery you have. You know, and the doctor does tell you, they do put this into print and let you know and make you aware that there could be risks. So, but with my experience, I've not had any risks as such. I mean, I had a 12-hour operation pre-bottom surgery in the construction of the phalloplasty, which was the longest operation, which is 12 hours. This is something, you know, this is a very, very, very specialist type surgery, you know, what's being done here. So the main thing is to stay calm, stay confident, you know, it's a big deal having something like this done. You know, it changed my life. And I remember, you know, comforting someone next door in the ward that had surgery like me, and it's private, and in a private hospital, and they had a bit of a complication when they came out of it, and they felt nervous and worried. But the nurses came to me, and I went next door to the person, and I reassured them, and I said, you know, younger than me, and I said, look, don't worry, you're going to be okay. You know, with operations and that, there's always little risks and there's always risks involved. Whatever's done, there's a good doctor, there's a good surgeon, I'm sure they'll correct it and it'll be okay. Okay, so keep that in mind, okay? So yeah, with any complications with surgery, you know, just know if it does happen, I'm sure that you're going to be okay, and just know that you will be. Next question: did I always want did I always want no surgery? Yes, I did. For a long time, I suffered with gender dysphoria, I came from a different generation. It wasn't spoken about. I didn't have the guidance or support. My parents went through a divorce. It was a difficult thing to go through. I spent a lifetime having relationships with women, and it didn't feel right. I was never a lesbian. The women I got involved with, I wouldn't even let them touch my body. That's how uncomfortable I was in my own skin. I didn't feel like I belonged in it. And I've had these conversations with my mum, and I just felt like I was in a foreign body. My insides did not match my outsides. So I wanted it. I felt like that was the place where I'm meant to be. And everyone's different when it comes to dysphoria. You know, there's always someone out there that might have different areas of their body where they might be suffering with dysphoria. It might be their buttocks or some other area, or it could be, you know, it's not just the breasts, top bit, you know, the bottom bit, whatever. So, you know, but with me, with any areas of that, it's the best decision I ever made, ever. And I will never go back now. I'm in the place where I'm meant to be. And after 10 years, I've transitioned. And I feel comfortable. I have no dysphoria anymore. I'm free of it all. It's put me in. It's had such a positive impact on my life. And with that, which I did not expect, but yes, of course, because you know, it's about being true to yourself and being who you are, no matter what part of the gender spectrum system you're on. That is the most important thing about being happy inside and being who you are. So so you can get the medioplasty. You can also have the vaginectomy, and you can get the medioplasty without the hysterectomy, but I've had the hysterectomy, I've had all of it. And then you've got the normal phalloplasty, which is what I've got. So I've got normal phalloplasty, I've had the hysterectomy, I'm fully trans man. There's no woman part of me anymore, it's all gone. So that's it really. So anyone out there, FTMs looking to do pre-bottom surgery, there's some of the questions, quite a few questions people have asked me. Appearance, functionality, your hot balls, and your miscellaneous. So I'm going to sign off, all you lovely high flyers and YouTubers, and I'll be back again soon, because obviously there's going to be another blog podcast going up again soon. So I'll speak to you soon. Love and blessings to all, and bye for now. Love and light. Namaste.